myself, the people of him, welcome to the show, guys. It's 9 minutes past 7 p.m. in our studio. Sincere apologies for starting a bit behind schedule. Please bear with us. You're welcome to the show. Now, this is where Nigeria's finest conversation happens every evening. Here we dissect critical and top conversations that Nigerians talk about every day. So today is Friday, and I got me some gents.
I was about to say that.
I wanted to say fair gentlemen, and I really...
They are actually fair gentlemen. Both of them.
Oh, my name is Precious. Did I say that?
Yes, and I'm Promise.
Okay,
Welcome
go ahead.
to the show today.
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, ladies. You say? Sorry, I don't hear you. You say?
Good evening, ladies.
Ew, say it again. Your mic was off. Say it again. Your mic was off. They did not hear you. It's not for me. It's not like I want it.
No, we'll have to repeat it.
It's not about me.
It's not like you want it, but you just want to hear it.
I don't want it. Let me greet again so you regret.
I meant it when I said it.
Oh, good evening, gentlemen.
Beautiful ladies.
Say it the way you said it before. Nah, it is
I said,
the
good
essence.
evening, beautiful ladies.
Oh! Is it what you're saying small like this? It's Friday, right. So I'm happy it's Friday. Welcome, Mr. Ekene. We missed you last week.
Oh yeah, you know.
We missed you. He represented you well. I brought him a politician that he almost fried a little bit.
I listened in a bit when I was at the airport. Yes, a bit.
Oh wow.
Then,
Awesome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
This whole Bobrisky's accusation, and then more like an indictment on Very Dark Man for exposing it, and a possible court case waiting for him with the Falana family and all that. What do we make of all of this drama?
Well, I commend a Very Dark Man. He's doing quite a terrific job. I mean, that's terrific. Yes, wow. That's a very. Is
it the terrific that you're bad? Or
no. Because I mean, it's a rare kind of job that somebody can take up in this country. You understand? This is a country that people usually are very scared, exposing such corrupt practices.
So he's daring.
He's daring, and then he's pushing, and he's a young man.
Yeah.
All right? The things he had exposed, my worry is how will the authority actually do what is necessary to bring sanity, to bring more like to make things right, really. Because I mean, you can only imagine that level of expose. And now, even when Fowles was called upon, he actually confirmed that Bobrisky spoke to him.
He said that made asked him for money.
Confirmed that he spoke with him. And then what did he speak to you about? He said he asked him for a loan of 3 million. That kind of stuff. At least that confirmation is to tell you that what Very Dark Man said was true. And if you look at the whole thing, then you find that we just made a joke out of this whole country. And I wish the authority could just look into what this Bobrisky saga, and then look into it back again, and then investigate, and then
it's already
do what is necessary, because he's supposed to go back to prison.
But the interesting thing is that this has actually caught the attention of the House of Representatives and the Senate too, because they even spoke about it on the floor of the House today.
Because
so much so that they have concluded in setting up a committee to investigate the EFCC and the prisons for this issue. So that means
because it's a very serious accusation,
and then the Minister of Interior
because it's gone viral. Yes. If they don't do anything about it, the world will condemn them. People will know.
Okay.
Because people are already in the know of what has, gone wild. They know the truth. If you don't seem to do something, whether or not you actually do what is necessary, but at least let them seem to start something, which is what they are trying to do now. Let's see if people can follow up, or maybe at some point they're going to sweep it under the carpet.
All right. So Prince Francis Chilaka, there's also the excuse that perhaps one of the reasons why he was given a different place to stay or to serve his sentence is because of the confusion around his sexuality. Bishop said that, and
Precious.
So I'm not done.
Precious. It's so painful to start, giving such an excuse. Don't forget that when the case was in court, he was asked I followed it. The judge asked him, "Are you a man or a woman?" And he said he's a man. He has everything a man has. There's hunger in the land. There's poverty in the land. That we do not hunger in the land. There's poverty in the land. That we do not know how much Dangote is selling petrol. Even though they're asking him to reveal the price, they should summon him.
So are you saying?
For me,
no. Are you saying that it is unnecessary or irrelevant for the House of Rep
leave the House
to look
of
at
Rep, let
such
them
huge
face
accusation about the corruption in our system?
No, we have a minister.
That's an indictment in the authorities of Nigeria.
The agencies you're talking about are under a minister or under ministers. Let us start from there.
That's why they're discussing
Let the House of Rep face the issues of governance, not the issue of Bobrisky.
Corruption is one of the issues we have in governance.
We're not talking about
And this is a corruption-related issue.
They are not even looking at the corruption itself. They're not talking about the corruption. Let them leave it. The ministers are there. What are they being paid salaries for?
They are looking at the corruption of 15 million naira being paid to drop a charge, and the corruption of him not serving his jail term in the facility where he's supposed to serve. Sir?
Precious.
Sir?
How many times have I called you?
I can't remember.
You and I listened to a former senator who told you that his wife helped his colleagues. Was he investigated? Is that not an indictment on itself? Is that not the height of corruption in the
Are you
system?
saying you don't have trust in the investigation?
I do not have any trust
of the federal government.
No,
whether House of Rep or any.
I do not. This same House of Rep, were unable to investigate the issue of NNPCL. Till date, they have not been able.
But they are still investigating better. I do know that you should see.
That is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying.
That is about to reshuffle ministry.
To support what he's saying.
Oh, you're supporting it.
To support what he's saying.
Sorry.
The House of Rep have a lot of job to do. You see, if it's where institutions are working, right? House of Rep are not supposed to get involved. The police is there to investigate, even though it happened to ministries and agencies of government. The police is there to investigate. And by the way, if you talk about Bobrisky, in our laws, we still have a binary type of law where you are either declared either a male or a female. That's what the law recognizes. So if anybody from the correctional center comes to defend the reason why they gave Bobrisky a different type of accommodation, it falls like it should fall on the deaf ears, because our laws don't recognize that kind of
bisexuality and all of that.
Cross-dresser. It doesn't make sense. In our laws today, it's either a male or a female. So if he's a male, which he is, they should have put him in a male cell. Why would he want to defend that? Oh, the reason why they gave him another accommodation was because he was from cross-dressing.
He has a different body features.
Cross-dressing now is different from being a transgender. Okay, because he has moved from cross-dressing to a transgender. Do you understand? Because he has some form of breast, he's blown his backyard and all that. Then he said he walks like a woman, he looks like a woman, but you're not a woman. So it's quite confusing. And our law don't recognize, that kind of physiology or, whatever attribute that he has in his body. We don't recognize it. We don't.
Okay, Lagos. Let's go straight to the hot topics that we have this evening. That's fine. Thank you. You guys almost roasted me. It's okay. Lagos, welcome to the show. Let's go straight to the hot topics. And the hot topic this evening: police summon officers over 1 million naira extortion of core members.
And then we also have ex-governor Yahaya Bello begs Tinubu to intervene in his case with the EFCC.
Bobrisky will not spare anybody. Nigerian government vows.
And then we also have this banner headline that says whistleblower PDM granted bail after spending nearly 1 month in prison.
And then there's a story about banditry allegation, how court okay suit to compel federal government to probe ex-governor Matewale.
I'm talking about ministers now.
This is yet to be confirmed. I will let you know if this is confirmed. But let's go on.
So he's talking about ministers. Is this ex-minister that is telling Tinubu not to trust his quoting him now, kitchen cabinet for ministerial recommendation.
Oh, now that he's talking about federal government, so now let me tell you, she talked about federal government, that congratulations to the civil servants. They have finally received their 70,000 naira minimum wage. Plenty money, 70,000
No, Precious. Don't go far.
It is not me now.
Precious,
They say workers now confirm receiving payments.
You know, that is completely laughable. It's like making a mockery of the entire system. You're paying 70,000 naira when a bag of rice is 100,000 naira.
They say we should stop tying our minimum wage to rice, bag of rice.
No,
the 70,000 naira is not even clear, because I had a civil servant today wailing. So the 70,000 was just 70,000 added to a level 13 officer's salary. Nothing more, nothing less. I thought the 70,000 was supposed to start from level 1. That is the least, cadre. Level 1 should have 70,000. So by the time it gets to 10, it keeps increasing, and you have other allowances. We don't know what is going on there, and I've never heard of.
Promise. You have a government
But we're still giving headlines.
That has continued to deceive the people
from the way of things
with its policies, with its statements.
It's looking like the more you look, the less you see. I don't know. I hope Labour is going to take this up for real, because it doesn't make any sense.
You said something. You said we should not attach the minimum wage of 70,000 to a bag of rice. This same government came out to tell Nigerians that they're going to sell bag of rice at 40,000 naira. Not one person that I know, not one person I believe Ekene knows.
Kind of news. Nigeria has gone to a level where, the level of comedy, if anybody should make a film out of what goes on daily, right? You have a lot to post to sites like Netflix. There's a lot of things to watch.
So we're still in headlines. So the thing, sorry, I just let me remind us. But still talking about salary. Humongous salary. Sorry, poor salary. 30 PhD holders resign in Bauchi University. Okay, we'll go to other conversations. You don't like it. You're obviously not interested about salary conversations. Sorry. The Endbadgovernance
is crazy, right?
Okay.
It's crazy. You're just trying to discuss something. You're getting nowhere.
And so let's go to other issues. Endbadgovernance. Organizers have written to the police, seek security during October 1 protest, and they're looking forward to that. And the presidency affirms Lokobiri's stand on petrol pricing field. I'll find out what that stand is. That's the hot topic.
And still talking about, we'll have just one left. Still talking about petrol prices now. This is petrol landing cost drops, and this is according to Nigerian marketers. Okay. That's a good thing, right?
All right. So
we hope it stands.
So it's him, right?
Don't let me come after you with that your good news now. That is not a good news.
Coming down, sir.
No, because
we've not even read the news. We don't know what the news is saying.
I don't want you to read it. Don't read it. See, this whole thing about pricing of petroleum products, especially the one of PMS, the government, NNPCL, the House of Rep, the presidency, they are all deep in lies to this whole thing.
Okay.
They are not being sincere. They are not being honest to Nigerians. They are taking Nigerians for a ride. And we must know.
Including Dangote.
Well, Dangote has become the one they're using now. Because Dangote, shamelessly, is not telling Nigerians how much he's selling his petrol.
There is no way Dangote will tell Nigerians.
He has to.
But he's been ordered by the House of Reps to tell Nigerians. Why can he not tell? Why do we know the price of his tomato? Why do we know the price of his pasta?
And cement.
When he was doing it. Cement, sugar, and salt. Why do we know the prices?
This PMS,
this one is a special
product. Is the mainstay of everybody's business, including the government.
Okay, so let's take a quick break.
So this whole thing, the metrics of this whole thing you see, where everybody exactly comes to lie to you. They take pleasure in lying. Everybody is in connivance. They take pleasure in lying to you, telling you things you need to hear, whether it hurts your ears, whether it damages your earlobe. They don't care. Just let them put out something. You hear what you need to hear. They go about their business. Okay. You can see that from Dangote to NNPCL to government to anybody that is speaking has never spoken anything that is close to the truth, and we will not know anything, and this is how they will continue to go.
All right, Lagos, let's take a quick breather. Say I would cry this road. We'll go drink water, drop copper. We'll come back as we begin to dissect these conversations one at a time. Stay with us, please.
You are listening to your
From the views on the street,
we go to bed empty hunger,
to the blaring horns of a hustling city. The loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and pressure for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
I guess you're welcome back. It is still 90.3 Voice of the People FM. It's the Thank God It's Friday edition of the show. So let's get it started. Promise, shall we? So we'll begin with this case now of the Lagos State Police Command that has summoned 4 of its officers to account for their alleged involvement in the extortion of 1 million naira from some National Youth Service Corps members. Now, in an shared post or Twitter shared post, a user tweeting as Yemi Fash, identified as Oluyemi Fashikpe, revealed the incident. Fashikpe stated that the corps members were threatened by the officers and later taken to the Kafaru Uluwole Tinubu House area of Police Command, Area C Police Command, where they were robbed. He added that one of the corps members had failed to present a hard copy of his driver's license, which allegedly prompted the extortion. Now, in a video seen by, viral on social media, the driver is shown presenting some vehicle documents to some of the officers who asked, "What of your driver's license?" The driver responded, "I'm renewing it." The officer then asked requested the renewed papers, which the driver told could not present in hard copy. Subsequently, a man dressed in plain clothes, not immediately identified as a police officer because he was in plain clothes, was seen removing the vehicle's number plate, after which an argument ensued. Now, the corps members were then led to the police station, during which an accompanied officer ordered them out of their office. Here are the transaction receipts and a voice note of one of the victims explaining how the rogue officers extorted money from the 3 officers. In response, the spokesman of the police command, Benjamin Hunde, tweeted, wrote today that the men have been summoned and their trial has commenced. So he said, we urge the complainants to visit the complaint response unit or complaint response unit of the police headquarters to testify at the ongoing trial. The action of the police officers have been drawing widespread condemnation, by netizens, as it were, and social media users. So this is not the first, second, third, or fourth accusation of extortion by the police in Nigeria. But the good thing I would rather see about this is the swift response in identifying the police officers and apprehending them. Why do you see this case going? Okay,
so this hits me directly.
Oh, you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hits me directly way back 2006.
You were a police officer?
How could I be?
I'm just asking. I have to start from the other angle before I go to the other angle. Oh, you were a victim.
So just a short story. We were traveling to Anambra, me and my friend. Okay, we had my Honda Accord, and then we drove down to Delta and then got to Onitsha. We were already dressed in our wedding attire because we were to attend the wedding, all right, in Ogidi, and then return back to Delta. And my friend, well, he's a mixed race, right?
Yes.
And then we were... Immediately we got down from the bridge, then police stopped us. I went down my side of the glass, and then the AC, cold AC, graced his chest, and he was like, are you guys in Nigeria? I said, yes. I said, when they look like this. So when I did Nigeria, when I look like this, no problem. This guy entered our car. We had some brand new notes, about $500,000, something like that. This guy got in that he wanted to do search. Touched here, touched there, under the seat. He saw the money. We should go to the station. Took us to the station, took all the monies, and told us to leave. Otherwise, he's going to detain me and my friend. Like it was a joke. We were there for like 30 minutes. This guy said, if you don't leave here, whatever that happens to you, I will not be accountable. Like I thought it was, we were shaking.
Mr. Kenny,
he took all that money. 2006, he took all that money and gave us, it was about 5,000 to buy fuel back to Delta State. We couldn't go for that wedding.
And you didn't get the money back till today?
He gave us 5,000.
You
he
did
told
not get
me
500,000 naira.
He told.
Unless if okay.
So 2006. Do you understand? Today's situation can be different because of the help of social media. But 2006, it was shocking. So what you have just read is not new. It's been happening.
I wanted to ask you for a favor. If you can help us write the book, after your EFCC case, from your EFCC case to your import case to this one.
No,
Nigeria has dealt with you in different ways. So I really would love you to write a book so we can chronicle all these issues.
In this same Nigeria, that's why I refuse to leave.
Oh my goodness.
Do you understand what I'm saying? I refuse to leave.
So you know go Jackpa?
Yes, no, my family has been abroad for 20 years. I refuse to go. Not because, maybe we're still watching things, but I just want to make sure that this country gets better. This whole thing that is happening is just not normal. It's not normal.
Hey. So you're not surprised about this case now?
No, it's not.
But why do you see the investigation going?
Oh, well, because social media will help. When things go viral, they tend to be doing stuff or, like put up a quasi kind of investigation. When people forget, they will put it under the carpet. So that's what I think.
You think they'll put this under the carpet?
It might be, depending on how people are able to push.
But imagine how swift the police PRO was to apprehending, announcing the apprehension of
this. It's already viral.
Okay.
They will be seen to be doing something.
Yeah. Did they form busy? Did they form busy?
Yeah, they'll be seen to be doing something, depending on how serious you get to push after the matter. Because usually what happens in Nigeria is that one matter happens today, tomorrow another one will obliterate it, to make it a front page issue, then it disappears.
So that means you don't have confidence in the system at all, because
there is no confidence there.
Oh my goodness, this is disappointing. Prince Francis, you're saying something.
You people are not addressing the issue. People are not addressing the issue.
Which is?
The first issue is that we have a lot of rogues as police officers.
No, but we also have a lot of sincere people as police officers.
I said we have a lot. I didn't say all.
Okay.
2.
That's your opinion, though.
2. The way the policemen read out charges. It's like that is the only thing they learn at the police college. And coupled with the fact that a lot of Nigerians do not know their rights. Yesterday, on my way back from work, a colleague of mine was sitting in my car at Mile 2. There's this thing they do at Mile 2 when you're approaching Mile 2 from Fagbems. You see police, you see VIO, you see Federal Road Safety on that stretch. If the police stops you and allows you to go, VIO will hold you. VIO will finish with you. Federal Road Safety will catch you. Now, they stopped us. And asked for my particulars, I gave to them. Driver's license, I gave to them. And the next thing they said, what is in the bag? And my colleague was holding his bag too. I said, we'll show them our ID card. This is where we work. They said, no, that they want to search the bag. And I told the policeman to his face, I said, you have no right to search this bag. That the only way you can search this bag is if you have a warrant of search. 1, 2, for you to search this bag, you must arrest me and take me to your station. It's only at the station that this bag can be searched. And the next thing the man tells me, do you know the law? That the law empowers us to search you at will. Oh yeah, come down from the, I said, search who? You will not search me. It's either you are going to arrest me or you allow me to go. They kept us there for about 20 minutes. Because they already had my driver's license, I just didn't bother myself.
Your original?
Yes.
Why did you give them your original? I thought it's photocopy people carry about.
No, it's original.
You should carry your original.
Oh, wow, really?
Yes.
So and I
So people don't laminate.
immediately after about 20 minutes,
suffice, yeah.
one
They will
officer
need the
now
original.
came. I think he's an inspector. I said, what is the problem? I explained to him. He said, give him his license. Should allow us to go. We didn't drive up to 30 seconds.
Another one who
VIO stopped us. Showed them everything. We drove again. Road safety. See, the point is this. The Nigerian police, to start with, the hierarchy up there, they need to educate, re-educate the rank and file. They need to make them understand that Nigerians have rights. They need to make them understand how to relate with the civil society. The Nigerian police don't know how to relate with people.
But they were set up to brutalize the people.
So for them, they have that mentality of colonialism. If you know how colonial policemen used to behave, they wear their short knicker with their stick, chasing people to pay tax.
That's the way they were set up.
So that is the only thing the Nigerian police understands.
Yeah.
So maybe we need to remove the force from the Nigerian police. Maybe that will make them become more,
It's not
accommodating.
even Nigerian police, it's Nigeria police.
police force.
Nigeria
Police
police.
force.
Every other institution in the military is Nigerian. But Nigeria, that's the police is Nigeria police.
So if something is
So it's
wrong,
an institution on its own that is set up in 1861 to brutalize
Yes.
the people just to collect
follow
taxes.
him, yes.
And since that time till now, it hasn't been reformed.
so a lot needs to.
So it's just that mentality.
If there was,
till tomorrow.
if there were no video clips, if there were no recordings,
The white people left,
Not
our
all of them.
politicians took over and then continued to brutalize the people. That is
also why you see politicians when they carry policemen, either mopo, ordinary policemen, on the road. They are ready to push every car off the road.
Okay, so speaking about politicians now, Yahya Bello, Promise has something
Still
to
talking
say.
about corruption. So, the media office of the former Kogi State governor has called on President Bola Tinubu to intervene in the confrontation between the Economic Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) and the ex-governor. And this was made in a statement by his media aide, Ohiari Michael. And the media office condemned the EFCC's conduct, labeling its recent release and action as biased. The office called on President Tinubu to intervene in the matter, urging him to ensure that the fight against corruption remains impartial.
I think Yahya Bello,
Prince, do you think-
Bello and his group should go and sit in the.
Do you think
They
the
should go
FCC is being impartial with?
No.
Let's
See,
even
let me
start there.
let me tell you the truth.
Let's even start there.
No, this is what is happening. If Yahya Bello was an ordinary Nigerian, will he make the headline? Will he be treated the way he's been treated? It is in this same country that you had the DSS, you had the EFCC, you have the Nigerian police, you had the Nigerian army, all coming together to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu back to this country. It is in this same country that a man will go and steal, even though I don't support stealing, a tuber of yam because of the hunger in the land to feed his family. You arrest him and send him to 2 years, 3 years in prison. Yahya Bello is not above the law. Yahya Bello has a case in court. Yaya has been declared wanted by the EFCC. Let him come out.
EFCC also filed a fresh charge.
Let him come out. Why? See, this is. See, I do not understand why the governor of Kogi State will leave everything about governance of Kogi State and be escorting Yaya Bello to the office of the EFCC.
Okay, so Mr. Can I come to you now? The EFCC, lots of people think that they've actually done a lot in recent times. One of which, remember when they took Salam Aman to court, and I think he fainted or something. I don't know if you remember. The former minister for power during Buhari's tenure. I think from 2019 to 2021 or something thereabout. I can't remember when exactly. And but then there are fresh evidence from the witness that did prove now that he transferred 33 billion naira through Bureau de Change operators. 33, he was sending it to them, small. The power that is the money that was meant for that Mambila. Remember Mambila power plants? So anybody who understands or who read news will remember or listen to it, remember Mambila power plants. So the EFCC is still on top of this situation, remember. So do you not think that it's just a gradual process and they would eventually do due justice or due diligence to Yaya Bello's case?
The Yaya agency, he got in there. He got in there. Not a governor. He didn't have immunity. You guys saw him and let him go. He left. The next day, EFCC put out a news that this man was still wanted, or is still wanted either way. How would you explain to people that somebody came to your office, you couldn't arrest him? He doesn't have the power of immunity. We don't even, now you let Nigerians begin to wonder what could have been going on. Is it that the guy has his connect from the powers that be is really shielding him from? So whatever EFCC is doing now, like I said, it's almost like what you hear from NNPCL versus what Dangote is saying. Nobody is saying the truth. Nobody knows what is going on, because this whole dance, EFCC is telling you this, why they couldn't even explain to us why they didn't arrest or couldn't arrest Yaya Bello the day he came to the office. The next day they put out a statement saying Yaya Bello was still wanted. I mean, that's contradictory in terms. I have never seen that kind of a thing happen before. So now, to do what? To tell EFCC to leave you alone?
Okay, but
I don't know.
Okay,
so let me say this. Let me say this. We need to know how far the immunity of a governor goes, because Yaya Bello and his governor are setting a very wrong precedence. Because what it means is that tomorrow somebody will go and commit a crime, and when the police invites him, he will tell his governor to escort him. So they say if your governor goes and holds you by your hand,
immunity covers
you. See, each time I come out to speak, I said the 1999 obnoxious document called the 1999 Constitution, which is purely a military decree, needs to be shredded. Until that document is destroyed, Nigeria will never find its footing. Because I've read several EFCC saying the governor came with him, and because the governor is there, they couldn't arrest him. What if an ordinary poor man make the mistake? Like now, police is calling the Endbadgovernance organizers. They should come for a meeting. And those ones have become wiser. They say, no, we can hold an online meeting. Because they know that if they go for that meeting, they will not come out. But a governor walks to you, a man you have declared, a former governor that you have declared wanted, comes to your house, comes to your office. Now there's a picture that has been making the rounds where they saw the DG or whatever of EFCC standing with him and the governor talking. I saw it yesterday and I was saying, is this new or old picture? So something is wrong. Something is wrong with our judicial system. Something is wrong with our security system. the institutions are not working. And so long as these institutions are not working, Nigeria will continue to be in
the reason.
Okay, so I like us to
for the last time.
because
For the last
time
time,
is
Yahya
running.
Bello's own case is different. This is since 1999. Governors have been getting into troubles. So that thing you talk about, immunity of Ododo, it just doesn't hold.
water.
Yes, any serious, because I mean, who is the governor? Governor is just the governor of a state. We're talking about federal institution here that the governor should even be scared of. I mean, if he's doing anything wrong to the, in the state affairs, they will be telling him, look, the only thing that is holding us back from arresting or prosecuting you is because of the immunity. But we're gonna be putting it down for you. As soon as you come out, we'll come and pick you.
Okay.
So he has no right. All that thing that, all that show that they went out to, he went with Yahya and then they couldn't, is beyond what we could see, because the governor doesn't have any power against the FCC. His power, or rather his connect from the other side, I guess, is what let him off the hook. So these other things that they're telling us now back and forth are the things that they need to put out. Whether or not we like it, it's none of their business.
All right. So speaking about the police and the system, as it were, generally, and the EFCC, the good news today from court is that PDOM, that is Isaac Bristol, the whistleblower or the investigative journalist who's been revealing supposed classified documents, have been granted bail of just about 5 million naira. And it's been an exciting news for a lot of Nigerians, because especially considering the stringent administrative bail that the paper we saw making the round at that time he was arrested. So people wondered what may have transpired that he got a softer bail term, as it were, generally. So this should be a good news to a lot of Nigerians. We're hoping that he perfects his bail condition and it's out. I'd like to take a reaction.
Well, it's out. If it's out, it's not really out. Just to have to be out and then face the court, right?
Yes.
It's only for that.
So,
I like
he's
the fact
also
that
leaving his passport behind and all of those.
they took it, not that he's leaving it behind.
But my worry about this case really is the fact that the federal government or the prosecuting body, as it were, never said that any of those documents he released was a lie, were falsified in any way. They said they were classified. But if you look at some of the documents that he released, for instance, he's the one that blew the trumpet on the 90 billion naira plus used to subsidize Hajj. You wouldn't have known. He started it before the vice president affirmed it in another statement. He blew the trumpet on Onga. Onga is on now. So the money spent in hotel and all, stuffs, Onga last year, and some other issues. So are those things not supposed to be ordinarily?
Good.
Are they not supposed to be things that Nigerians
supposed
should
to be
know
public
about?
domain, exactly.
Understanding that we have a social contract to the government, and it's our responsibility to know what they're doing with our money. Or are these things actually that classified documents?
They're not.
I'd like to understand.
They are the ones that determine that. The first day I chime in on this issue, I told you they were the ones that determine what classification in their own term mean. It may not represent what classification, when they talk about classified document, what it actually mean in turn. But because of their disposition, they want to really, suppress people, suppress truth, suppress, common idea, suppress normal information. All right. Again, to be able to make the next person who may want to go, in that. So that is what it is. I wish just a few people can be a bit, fearless, just to do the right thing, right? Because prison is meant for people, really. All right? Do the right thing. Don't even bother, they're going to take you there.
Don't even bother, they're going to take you there. I mean, you were. It's in ring for my head.
We mustn't lose fact.
Okay.
The point that it is the duty of government to hide things. It's their
duty to hide things.
Government all over the world.
Classified documents.
Please don't go there.
Those are documents that may cause that are of concern of national security and all of those.
National
So
security
the reason I asked that
exactly.
question is these documents that he released. How are they
are
of
normal information.
I'm just asking.
The public
That's
domain.
why I want to know.
It is
For
not
them
that
to
sometimes you
classify
cannot know it so much.
Exactly.
So are these of national security
There's
in any way?
there's nothing national
Constance,
security
I
about
want to
it.
understand.
But the truth is that government likes to hide things. It is the duty of the journalists to unveil it.
the journalists will not be in trouble for veiling them.
But the thing is that you have the Freedom of Information Bill. It does not work in this country.
I wanted to ask that.
It does not work. If today,
it will work if you challenge it.
No, if you challenge
it.
If today you write a letter,
if you cite it, if you challenge it, yeah.
If you try it with NNPC, for instance, they will not respond. Government parastatals hardly respond. There are very few of them that respond. So the point is that government believes so much in secrecy, but they forget that those things that they are looking at secrecy, they are information that should be out there for the people.
I like the fact that this kind of a thing is out. Let the guy challenge it, all right? Because we haven't had this kind of case before. Let him challenge it in court, and you see that it's going to work, because
in court
it will work.
Now
nobody has challenged it before. It's just like a woman, right? In Lagos state laws, yeah. If a guy promises you marriage, okay, as little as putting a ring on your finger, and then goes to marry another person, you can charge the person.
Why you not tell me quick now? Person do me that thing.
let's move on
so
now.
Because no one has challenged it. If you challenge
no,
it,
let me
you're going to
finish.
get
So that's scam. Young men, have you heard it?
What I'm trying to say in effect is this. The federal government, while Pidon was in detention, I think they suspended the DG or who in charge of Hajj.
Yes.
So it means that the information release,
because it has become
it's
obvious.
True. You have started punishing the people involved. So why are you punishing the person? In other words, this government is trying to say, whistleblowers, go and sleep. Let us do what we want to do the way we want to do it.
Right. So that is, there is no fear of the people.
See, this government has no respect for the ordinary Nigerians. They do not understand that sovereignty belongs to the people. That is why you have an elected governor who goes to the presidency and kneels down for the Senate president and kneels down for Mr. President. What kind of system are we running?
Okay, we're running out of time.
Let's talk about still the situation of the country now. And the organizers of the scheduled October 1 nationwide protest have written to the Nigerian police to seek for adequate security for their members. And this was contained in a statement jointly signed by the Education Rights Campaign, ERC, Movement for Fundamental Change, MFC, and Youth Right Campaign, YRC, Joint Action Front, a whole lot of civil society organizations there. And in the press briefing on today, and Hassan Soweto, National Coordinator of the Education Rights Campaign, called on Nigerians to engage in peaceful protests against anti-poor policies. That's what he called it. And the organizers noted that in Lagos, the protest will commence at Ikeja Under Bridge. That's on October 1 at 7:30, with participants marching through various streets to raise awareness. And they also called on Olanrewaju Ishola, that's a Lagos State Commissioner for Police, to provide adequate security for participants in line with the Police Establishment Act of 2024. Okay, let me go to Mr. Ekenobi now. So some of the Endbadgovernance protesters during August are still in prison. In fact, their case was held today in court. Sherway was there too. They are charging them for treasonable felony. Do you think people are going to turn out? You think there will still be a turnout come this October 1 protest?
In a very serious country, right? The turnout come October 1st would have been triple. Okay, compared to what was before, in a very serious country. Because as we speak, if you try to do something like the reason why they protested in the first place was to solve a problem. Between the time they did
was anything even solved then?
Within the time they did the protestation and now, their suffering had even increased exponentially. And that is troubling.
And people are facing capital punishment for just protesting.
Remember that the president, before that protest, the first protest, whilst the announcement of the protest was made, the president came out with had a national broadcast and give some measures to cushion the effect of hardship. One of which he said was that we would have custom, would remove custom duty from most major food items, some grains, some brown rice, some very major things and all that for 6 months. And Nigerians are 5 months here. Yeah, Nigerians are very expectant. But that is yet to take effect because the customs is yet to effect that, and there's been a lot of back and forth between the customs, and we don't even know the importers that are responsible for bringing in those imported goods. More or less, this is supposed to suppress the price of most of those items, but till now, instead of the price of rice to reduce, is rather increasing because it's ember months. It's typical of Nigeria. So what do we do?
I like your analysis. You usually come from the back to give a hard kick on someone.
I'm sorry.
Okay. No. I mean, I like it because if anybody heard you talking now, they would think you're trying to support the government, but that's okay.
Hey, Mr. Ikenen, now.
It's all right. No. It's fine. For the first time, yes.
Just being an innocent.
No, you did well. But let me add that. I'm supporting you now, right? It is very easy to make statements. That's why when they say talk is cheap, very easy to make statements. And you see people who want to deceive you, especially when they feel like they are masters and you are slaves, or they are parents or you are children, they tend to tell you anything they want to tell you when they need to tell you in order to just calm your spirit. And they know that Nigerians are usually very forgiving, maybe sometimes even forgetful, and that's why you see them coming up with all kinds of, and because there are issues in Nigeria every minute. Like I said, one thing could happen now before you shout and scream. Another happens in a couple of hours that would completely obliterate that one. And then we start to talk about that one. So it's very, very easy. Okay, so he made the statement, almost like a national broadcast. What has actually, in practice, happened since that time? Why are people still, if he did half of what he said he was going to do, would people intending to be on the street again? And
this was also supposed to affect the price of some medications.
Exactly. So everything is just,
because people still can buy drugs.
And again, it's also very disturbing or unnerving if you look at it properly. Okay, so the president makes a statement that is supposed to be carried out. The people in different agencies and parastatals of government it's almost like they don't listen. They didn't listen, or they don't hear what the president or whoever their boss is says about a particular thing they need to do in order to, they don't listen. Right. If IG says something in Abuja and a police person stops you on the road, if you tell him, but your IG said, he said, in there for Abuja, me, are they here? Now my office be this.
Okay, all right.
I don't get it.
Prince Francis, very quickly.
We to forget the fact that there's a big disconnect between the government and the people. The same level of disconnect happens within the government circle itself. The president gives one instruction. Is the minister responsible for a ministry carrying out that instruction? The body language of the president and the actions of the minister, is there any convergence? Do they agree? Do they know? So the president would say what he wants to say to kind of cajole the people. The president has spoken to Nigerians in a way he believes that, oh, let me talk to these people, let me calm them down. But the question we are all failing to ask is, after that speech, does the president really mean what he's saying? Is the president sincere with what he has said? Because if the president means what he's saying, the president himself would ensure that such actions are carried out. But we have a situation where those who work for Mr. President, they know that Mr. President just said it, just to calm the nerves of the people at that time.
How did you know? Did they tell you?
They don't need to tell me. If the management of VOP today says that this program should extend to 10 p.m. and everybody claps and walks away, and by 9 p.m. you end the show and go for a whole 1 month, no query, no questions asked, who do you hold responsible? It simply means that what was said by the chairman and what you heard are two different things. So what Mr. President says to the Nigerian people, what the Nigerian people hear, and what those who are meant to implement what the president says are at variance. So that is where the problem is.
Okay.
You also heard, Mr. President said, I've heard you people. I can feel your pains.
But he even said that he hears that there is hardship now.
I understand there is hardship. I want you people to bear with me. I want you people to be patient. The same president, in the middle of all of that, bought a new jet. In the middle of all of that, bought a new toy. And you think that those ministers who have read the body language of the president will act otherwise? Please.
I thought those are paraphernalia of office or something.
Which office? When the people are dying of hunger.
Okay, so let's move on. Like, Nigerians are itching to jumping on the phone lines. We have quite an area of other conversations we would have jumped into. You were saying something behind the scene about the NNPC Lokbobri, case that we didn't quite address. I don't know if you'd like to be quick, very quick with that.
Okay, so that's even another one.
And I also told the people that about the 30 PhD holders resigned from a school. They say salary is too poor, and they may be jacked buying.
But
meanwhile, civil servants have now confirmed that they're collecting their minimum wage.
They were also crying today.
They
yes,
cried
people
too.
were wailing.
I thought they were happy. Okay, sorry. So, Mr. Kenna, go ahead, please. Can you start with my own question?
Yes. Minister Heineken Lokobri, that's another branch of the lies coming out again, because for the minister to say NNPCL is purely private and Dangote is private, therefore government don't have a hand in controlling NNPCL. So whatever it is, almost like they've pushed the matter now to NNPCL and Dangote. Okay, so I say this, let me put it in clear terms. NNPCL that is private now, how is it that they're able to wield the power that first allows them to import fuel into this country, and they become the sole off-taker of the same fuel that Dangote produces? And by this I mean they are the only agency that buys from Dangote, then controls whatever price they put out is what they sell to the third-party players in the industry.
But the TUC chairman today explained why it's very normal for the NNPC to help us do that, and he said something about the fact that that's why it looks like the NNPC is the only one who can buy from Dangote now, because there's a differential. There's a differential in price that are helping us to feel up.
The only one.
It's okay. Time is going. Nigerians want to come in on the conversation. Sorry.
Precious, it appears that you have really taking the talk of APC manager.
No, I'm just explaining.
You're gonna get me upset.
I'm sorry, sir.
And I don't want to be upset.
Sorry, sir.
If the TUC chairman comes out to say that, it's in shame. It is because of people like him and the NLC. That is why Nigerians are suffering today. When Mr. President said subsidy is gone, we had expected this same NLC and TUC to come out and say, Mr. President, this thing will not work. You have no plan in place to alleviate the suffering that this thing will bring. The only time you see TUC and NLC coming out is when they're coming to talk about minimum wage. And in the midst of that minimum wage, they still did not achieve anything. It is the same way the NNPC and Dangote is playing Nigerians. That is how the federal government played labor into accepting 70,000. And that 70,000 cannot take care of a family of 3.
Okay, all right.
So let us be sincere with ourselves for once in this country.
All right.
If we want this country to move forward, the governors, the senators, the honorable members, the minister, the president, everybody should be put on that scale of minimum wage. Yes.
A whole honorable member.
Yes.
Mr. Kenneth, you want to quickly wrap up?
No, I mean...
you're done. Okay, Lagos, phone lines are open. Let's have you jump in here. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. That is 0700 903 903 903. The WhatsApp line is 0817 175-6338. That's the number to call us with on WhatsApp. 0817-175-6338. That's the WhatsApp line to call us with. You can call that line on WhatsApp, and then you can also drop us a WhatsApp message. Unfortunately, we may not be able to take your voice note because sometimes people send voice note that is long that we cannot finish reading. I hope you understand why I may not be able to take your voice note. All right. Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, welcome, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
How are you?
I'm fine, sir. How about you? How are you too? Hey. Okay.
You shouldn't have said, how are you?
I shouldn't have
said. Yes. Because the man doesn't know how to respond to it. He doesn't.
Prince Francis, sir.
It's the truth.
All right. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello, good evening. This is Jonathan from London.
Oh, God, Jonah. How are you today? This I should not ask about you. Oh, God, Jonah. I'll just call you and leave. Welcome.
Okay, thank you, our woman leader.
Stop it. Go ahead, please.
So I greet Uncle Ekene, to Prince Chilaka,
Good evening.
Madam Promise.
Good evening, sir.
So, okay. What I want to
say I should go and collect my own greeting from EFCC.
I say our woman leader, you respond.
No, that is not me. My name is Precious.
Everybody who is in the studio is my witness.
Go ahead, please, Jonathan.
So, Prince Chilaka, we need to do the cabinet movement in the studio.
No, I'm working on it already.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, I'm working on it.
So what I want to say is that when you are doing something with your sincerity, assuming as a father in the house say that okay, sons, children, there's no food in there, we need to manage, and they see this the same father going to be a parlor. So from Olopobri to name all of them, Mr. Prince Chilaka use one English now, say at variance. It's not variance, it's a lie. What's not variance? It's a lie. Confirm lie. Olopobri that said that there is no subsidy.
It's not Olopobri, it's Lokpobri.
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 Okay. It looks alike. So he said that there is no subsidy on national TV. How can we, a serving minister in the national cabinet, see the way they have reduced us to, and we are going to lie, nothing is going to happen. The same thing my uncle said that beavers and this thing is rigging vaccine, no show. And everybody is going as if nothing happened. Somebody father will just climb pulpit lie without any conscience. So with the people that in PhD that resigns, we don't need to surprise now. Everybody needs to settle for another thing. So a lot of people will still jump up. And for police, I don't think it will get better because there's hunger in the land. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. WhatsApp is 0817 175 6338. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello, good evening.
You're welcome.
I'm Nicholas Adibo.
What's your name? Yemi?
Hello?
Sir?
I'm Nicholas Odibo.
Nicholas. Welcome, Nze.
Odibo from Ijishaga.
You're welcome. How do they say you're welcome?
Thank you, my people.
Nze, no.
No.
Is it Dalo?
I wish all of you well. Hello?
Yes, sir. Welcome, sir.
I've been following you.
Hey.
Time is of inception. And all you people are saying what Nigerians should put in mind. I'm not a graduate, you. I'm a man of 70-something years ago now. What I'm telling you people is this. Listen, I don't sleep madly. I don't sleep. If Tinubu did not take care of this October 1st, when people are saying, you say, don't talk like this, it's against Nigeria, it's this, against this. I'm telling you, for my age, So the setting of Nigeria is different. I must show you enough when I was in primary school. Everything I'm aware of Nigeria. But now, Tinubu did not take time. From 19 October 1st, don't talk, don't say I forecast you will run and leave this country. Because what is happening now is against the life and the human living. I'm telling you, at least 74, 75 years, and no more a kid. What I'm telling you is what I sleep and wake up. And I have seen it, that it must be so. Nobody should beg him. Nobody should tell him do or not do. But what he will face now, let him kill half of Nigeria. And then he himself and his family.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Honorable, you can't say that. You can't say that in this platform. You can't say that. Please, these thoughts are in no way that of the station, please. Thank you. I appreciate you. Apologies for keeping you on hold. Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello, my WhatsApp call. Are you there? Good evening. Good evening. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Good evening in the house. My people in the house.
Good evening.
Yeah. Please, I'm calling from Germany anyway, Mazi.
Mazi,
I don't understand how on earth could a governor, not even a serving governor, but an ex-governor who is having such allegation, on him, could appear before a governmental, agency like EFCC, and they told him to go back. In 2024, this thing is happening or happened, and Nigerians are keeping quiet. If not the voice of the people, Nigerians are keeping quiet on this absurdity. Even here I live, a governor can be arrested if he commits any crime, whether he's serving or ex. In America, the same thing. We were here when a governor of Chicago was arrested and jailed because he wanted to sell Obama's seat when Obama became the president of America. He wanted to sell it to his cronies. He was arrested in Chicago. How many American serving and ex-governors have been jailed? Yet Nigeria cannot do this thing because we have there is no. The institutions are so weak, very weak. When we hear this thing, when we read this thing, in Abuja. Now look at, even Ayabele came to these guys and they told him to go home. We saw him to these guys and they told him to go home. We saw Odjus Okano was jailed in Nigeria 6 months. He was thrown to the prison.
I'd like you mentioned Okorocha's case. I'd like to find out how far Okorocha's case has gone. I'd like to also find out how far the case of the former Anambra State Governor Whistleblower has gone.
Exactly.
I thought to also ask, ministers in this cabinet have been accused by a sitting governor of associating with bandits or sponsoring them. He's also accused of the bandits himself, not in one occasion, different occasion. But the minister just responded and said he can swear by Quran. That's
I had it here. I had it here. My sisters, I had it here. I shed tears.
Do you not think that the agencies are perhaps just taking the time to pile up these cases? Maybe that's why they've not,
No. Let me tell you. Immediately, it's just like kind of public stunts. It will disappear. It will disappear forever. Who is talking about Okorocha again? Who is talking about Odjus Okano again? Who is talking about Obiano? Even Obiano is living in Texas, enjoying himself. So the problem that these institutions are too weak to combating crimes and criminalities in Nigeria, and that's why Nigeria is poor today. That's why there is no electricity. That's why, Precious, you cannot go into your house and put on your tap water and get clean tap water.
I am the Minister of Water Resources in my own house by myself.
Yes, corruption kills everything. Corruption. Do you know here? let me calm down. Do you know that here in Germany, when you see a policeman coming very close to you, in fact, you might even urinate, because that's the power, that's the authority. Police in Germany or in Western world is authority, not even politicians. Like, for example, when you get a letter from police here, oh girl, you panic. like last month, I got police letter from police. I nearly got heart attack. But when I opened it, it was like, I speed somewhere. I was camera caught me, and then they sent the speed to me.
Only saliva. No, that is you throw away. That is wait.
No, I think it's speeding.
Mr. Mazi. No, it's Mr. Mazi.
Speeding.
You say you sped. That is you speed with motor driving.
Yes, I was.
Okay, not be saying throw away saliva. Waiting God.
No. I was on speed, and the camera caught me. So, but I didn't know. So after 2 weeks, I got the letter from the police. I was like, what have I done again? My God, what is happening? So I opened it.
I say your sins been on the plenty before now.
Because I was rushing to go to work. Maybe I was a bit late. And I saw because your picture will be there. Your picture will be there. Your car, everything will be there. And they'll tell you if you're sure you're not the same person, please fill the form and call and send it back to us. So this is the police. Police is the system. Police is what makes the society clean. So if we're talking about Nigerian police, if I tell you my story about Nigerian police, what I explained with Nigerian police.
Come on, be going.
So please, I mean, please let these people make this country work. We are tired here. Let these people make this country work, so that people can come home and live like a human being in their own in their ancestral land.
All right,
from there.
Thank you so much.
So talking about comparing our politicians with politicians from other countries, today Tunisian presidential candidate was sentenced to 6 months in prison for document forgery. But we hear even the last this present Edo State governor that was elected, he has issues of 3 different birth certificates.
3 or 4.
We've seen governors have accusations of forging WAEC certificates. WAEC didn't come out to defend them. In some situations. Are we practicing a different kind of democracy in Nigeria? Is it not the same democracy everybody is practicing? Every country is practicing. Is ours different?
No, ours is different because we adopted the style, we aped the American style, we came here and we made a mess of the whole thing.
Okay. Can we quickly just take this call? We have someone on hold. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, apologies for putting you on hold or leaving you, waiting.
No problem.
Thank you.
My name is Atolabi Abiodun.
Oh, wow, Atolabi. You're welcome.
Atolabi ATU.
Oh, you're welcome.
Atolabi.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah. Please, thank you so much. I like your analysis tonight.
You're welcome.
Like a common. Despite that, we are at least we can afford 2-3 square meters in a day, but we sympathize with people.
As they see on for radio, now it is goes afford 2-3 square meters. Did you not hear that we're playing? We go to bed empty hunger.
No. You cannot. You always speak for masses. You should be. You should be a solution, and your name will continue to be a solution, sir. I mean.
Thank you. Can you help us speed up with this? We have somebody on hold already on WhatsApp. So please just go ahead.
Okay. So please, from president of this country, and with all, do you know that all the ministers are representing president pressure?
Sir.
So no, ministers are representing president in every form. Just like ministers are the representative of president in every ministry.
So you mean that Better Idu was representing presidents in that ministry?
What are you talking?
No, I'm just asking so that Nigerians can understand what you said now.
Yes, all those kids that are mentioning, all those whatever your brother's what's the name, former Port Harcourt governor.
If not be that one, as I mentioned Better Idu now, find another person talk. You must mention it.
No, that's how I do it. It's representing president now. Yes, on week is representing president. If even the president of the Senate is representing president now. So if president of Senate is telling Nigeria that you people should go, let you be enjoying. He's speaking the mouth of Mr. President. And you can also see the body language of our president of the country. So what I'm trying to say is that Nigerians, people that can sympathize with people, please keep speaking. In fact, how much? Hello.
Sir?
Am I still online?
Yes, so you are. Hurry up. How did you know I was about to cut you off?
Please, sorry, some seconds. Please, Mr. Peter Obi, your Excellency, please, I want you to in hand with Showore. I want Showore then. I want Prince also to be communicated to Showore. These are the people that have compassion with Nigeria. These are the good leaders. These are people that want solution. Other people, including religious leaders, they don't want solution to Nigeria. So please, God bless you, sir.
Thank you. Hello, good evening and welcome. Apologies for keeping you on hold, but go ahead. You're welcome. What's your name, please, sir? Hello, what's your name and where are you calling from? Are you there? Hello, WhatsApp, are you there? Hello, oops. Hello from WhatsApp, can you hear us? Okay, so, hello, are you there?
Yeah.
That's Remy.
Precious.
How did you know it's Remy?
I know him.
Oh, wow. Remy, is that you?
Blessed am I. Blessed are you among women.
So you hear? Did you hear? Mr. Kenneth just get your name even without knowing it's you.
Mr. Kenneth, oh, you are blessed. And the anointing is upon you. That's why you can get my name straight away.
Yeah, Remy, you're welcome.
You see,
Pastor Remy, you're welcome. Pastor Remy, you're welcome.
You're blessed. You see, like we used to say on the streets, bad is he who lie. Woe unto those who allow themselves to be repeatedly lied to. If you want to be lied to, you can accept lie and receive lie. You see, there's nothing like being straightforward. Society face problem, society face crisis. It takes leadership, sensible leadership, to carry the people through trying time. Now, you cannot tell people to endure, and you are not sacrificing anything. You see, for you to even show that you're serious in this reform that the president wants to do, the first place where the reform should start is let us scrap the office of the first ladies and let him lay hands with other governors to scrap the first office of the first ladies, because number one, constitution no recognize them. Number two, it is the job of every man to look after their woman. The burden of keeping their wife, looking after their wife, should not be placed upon me. For goodness' sake.
So you want to put problem in somebody's marriage because you want?
No, it's not. It's not a problem in their marriage.
But every other country,
look after which country?
The office of the first lady hasn't been a problem in any country.
No.
I know that the UK where you are may not have that, but we have
those countries. America is not a broke country. Okay. Now, when you don't chop belly food, you go to do Sarah. Okay. We cannot fund the office of the first lady. Every man, Mr. Ikede, Mr. Prince, Mr. Darlington, they are all looking after their wives. Me, we are never married. I look after my main chick and my side chick. So, we
without the Martin.
It's your true confession for me. Okay, Remy.
We pay you, look after yourself and care for your wife. That's the job of a man. Lastly, Mr. Joe Biden, do you know his son, Hunter Biden?
Yes.
He's facing a case.
Yeah. Of course.
Of course,
case. Yes. And the father hasn't interfered technically.
The father even said, even if his son got jail, he will not grant him pardon when he's leaving office in January. Look at yours. Leadership is about responsibility. If we do not sanitize this institution, that will be consequential. Look, read history. Russian Revolution, French Revolution, all these things started from when there was scarcity of food. May the evil we fear not fall upon us. Thank you.
Thank you, Remy.
It's very right. The evil we fear should not fall upon us.
God forbid. God forbid helps a lot. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello.
Yes, sir?
Yeah, is that Precious?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I send my greeting to Barrister Darlington.
Okay, Barrister Darlington will hear you. He's at home.
And what do you call happiness also. Please.
It's not happiness, so it's promise. So have you given her that?
Promise now.
Yes. Promise. You're right.
Please, I just want you people to get on defense. Because the Kogi people, that money they are now alleging that Ebolo took. Is it not money that could be used in Kogi? It's the money to be used in Imo State or State. It's not fair. They should, even the people from that state should be talking. Maybe this the governor has now told them that you people are only making noise. It's not fair. Not fair. Yes. You are only asking you people to be on defense, watching them. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, you're welcome.
My name is Babatunde from Lagos Island.
Babatunde, you're welcome. Go ahead.
I greet all the guests in the house.
They greet you too. Go ahead.
Good evening.
I promise.
Good evening. You're
I'll
welcome.
look up for you. Quick one. I don't have much to say. You see this issue of police. If people start to they call in and tell you their experience about police, Precious, your phone will be busted. I was forced to leave three-wheel job some years ago because of police and last man. I could not take it anymore. The only thing I want to comment is they did something that was very shocking to me. Police arrested me, which I didn't say it was bad because they told me I parked where I did not supposed to park very late. Well, fine. But do you know the thing that they did that shocked me? Police arrested me. I gave my NAPEP to them and told them, okay, I'll come and pay a bail tomorrow. The next thing the police said is, bring your MP. I arrest your MP too. My MP player. They collected that MP player for me that day and they didn't return it to me.
And your keke NAPEP?
I collected my NAPEP the next day.
How about your MP player?
They didn't release it.
What did they say?
What offense did they tell you the MP player committed?
I don't know. Although my own offense was that day was a day before Buhari was coming to do campaign at Tafa Balewa Square. So I parked very close to that place, eating, and they told me I parked there very late. Well, I don't have anything to say to them. I don't have anything to brag with them. So they arrested me. On getting to the station, my MP was playing, and he said I should bring the MP. I arrested the MP too.
All right, thank you so much.
Good night.
Now, once you make an ask the offense, so your MP3 player commits. I be want to know whether at the same thing I hear. Now everybody here. Hello, good evening. So sometimes instruments your properties can commit a crime.
The police can get better. All they need is training.
Sir, 1 second, sir. Let's quickly jump on this call. Good evening and welcome. Welcome. We did fine. How your side?
We're fine here. Joe from Bariga.
Joe, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Yes. Promise. Every time I want to hammer on this PMS. I don't know whether it's in your story today.
Yes, so PMS. Fuel is it is the fuel that fuels our lives generally. Go ahead.
Precious.
Sir?
The question I'm asking now, how do we pay Dangote subsidy? Fuel subsidy again? I'm still asking this question. How can we pay Dangote subsidy again? This APC government, we don't enter one chance, so it's terrible. That's the question I'm asking you.
Okay, all right then. You answer that question. Do I see?
No, because I don't know who's paying who subsidy, but I mean it's a very good question to ask. If Dangote is saying that they should remove subsidy, and he is now the one supplying to NNPCL. So who is the subsidy being paid to?
Okay, so no, that's not even it. Okay, that's a bit ambiguous, but NNPCL is still importing whilst they are still taking from Dangote. So Dangote is saying it's because of the one you are importing, you pay subsidy on that one. That's why sometimes it comes a little cheaper than what Dangote is selling to NNPC.
So they should stop.
So Dangote is saying, stop the ones you're importing where you pay subsidy on. Let us play based on market forces, right? Whatever you land your product for, if it's 1,100,
that's the
I
amount
should
I'll
be able
to
to sell my own at market price.
No, so that if market price can't change to 5,000, all of us die for
1,500. There's a calculation out there that has removed a lot of taxes. So when you remove those taxes,
yes, now because there is even no landing price in terms of, because you're not paying for shipping, you're not paying the taxes, the import duties and all of those duties.
That calculation was properly calculated, but is it what is
that means the calculation in practice is not calculated.
At the end of the day, Dangote should be selling at 500 naira to an NPC.
Good evening and welcome.
It depends on how much they are selling to him.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, you're welcome.
They're selling to him at international price.
This is Madam Quality.
Oh, Madam Quality, you're welcome.
Hold things and
apologies.
No problem. Welcome. No problem.
Go ahead.
Auntie Precious.
Ma.
There is this information I want to drop.
You can verify. Just calm down first. Calm down before you give me hypertension. Wait till be the information.
No. There is this. We are in APC government, and this thing is now rampant. Go and shake your neighbors. All of them are suffering from ulcer because of lack of food.
Don't even say that. So I have somebody that I know that is a security officer that just came up with. She was ill and hospitalized for days, unknown to her that it was ulcer that was the problem.
Even some of my staff.
I kid you not.
I just found out. 3 of them.
So this thing you just said is shocking to me. Unknown to her, they were giving her different medication. It was later with the second, third, or fourth diagnosis that now showed that she's down.
Anti-precious. This thing is on a high side now.
But you know, so no be hunger they cause ulcer. She be no na bacteria.
It's hunger.
Na virus. So they waiting the cause. Not be hunger, madam.
People are not eating well.
The virus.
People are not taking care of themselves again. The medication is not even cheap again.
Madam, most ulcers na H. pylori they cause them, and H. pylori no be hunger they cause.
This one I'm talking about a girl of 18 years. Is it age?
It doesn't matter. It has nothing to do.
No, H. pylori. H. pylori no be because of age.
This disease now. This ulcer, is it on Lampard before? What is the what are people getting? I'm telling you that people's health is now too bad. I don't know what is going on. The rice I told you 95,000 naira is now 110,000 naira.
That is true.
The rice I called and told you that original big bull is 95,000. It's now 110,000 naira.
Can you confirm that?
Anti-precious. People are dying.
They say they're not selling rice.
They said they're not selling
the bull.
I told you the price before.
We're doing free advert, then they'll pay us.
Now they say they are not selling because people will not afford to buy it from them.
Let her finish. So they can.
Madam Quality.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
This one is very terrible. Good night.
Good night. Oh, take it easy. Please control your mental health.
Sorry.
Like Precious will say.
Sorry. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, you're welcome.
Madam Precious.
Sir. No vex. You're welcome.
Hallelujah. My name is Shola.
Shola, you're welcome.
In fact, just by luck, I just let me just try. In fact, I will sleep well tonight. Anyway,
stop it. I like it.
I greet your guests in the studio. Everyone.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
God bless you for the good works.
Thank you.
See, do you know that spaghetti? I just wanted to buy apple, and I saw somebody ordered for spaghetti, and he said it's 1,004.
One?
I shook him at 1,400 naira.
1,400. And the spaghetti don't reduce for number. You know, say you get one strands. The number of strands, somebody don't count them. You know, complete again. No.
It don't reduce now. Do you know that I still hustled my wife to buy it 2 weeks ago to hurry and buy maybe like 20 pieces? Now I did make this one no finish. See, my concern. Let me just tell you, I'm not going to speak for long, but what I want to say, let's be realistic. This will not take this country anywhere. They will not take us anywhere. Nigerians are still sleeping. And then that man that called from Germany that said he wept. Many people, many of my friends, they almost wish for me. I would have left. And we don't have leaders.
No, we have leaders. So you can say that one in your house, but when you're on public radio, please just.
Well, we have leaders. Yeah, we have good
God
leaders.
Bless you. Thank you
Very good
for joining our party.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. God bless you. Oh, hey.
Can we now check some messages from WhatsApp?
Please go ahead and check some messages.
This
oh my God. Spaghetti is 1,400 naira.
Neka from Surulere says, Double P, good evening. I greet your guest too. Neka from Surulere. Of course, I only have 40K added to my old salary. She's talking about the minimum wage. Yes.
But I remember those days when I was a civil servant. Let me be proud of it. So those days when I think from during Buhari's administration, when salary was increased, I think from 18,000 naira to 30,000, there was a substantial increment.
Yes,
it was, because it wasn't even just 30,000 that was added. Like, there's a way they calculated it. Now as your according to your level. I wish I just know that calculation. So how come this is just exactly 70,000?
I really don't know what Labour has to do something anyway. Ralph from Satellite Town says, good evening, everyone. Honestly, the attraction this Bobrisky issue is gathering is uncalled for, according to you and your opinion. It seems that we all have lost focus on the main issue on ground. And meanwhile, the issue of reshuffling ministers can't change anything in the with the bad policies. NNPC, Dangote and fuel prices starts and stops at Mr. President's table, who also happens to be the petroleum minister. But he keeps avoiding saying anything on the matter. And then this says, Ogada from Pan Group says, good evening, everyone. If they like, let them reshuffle the cabinet 100 times. Nothing will change. Please, democracy in Nigeria is the government of the politicians, by the politicians, and for the politicians and their families only. May God help us and have mercy on vulnerable Nigerians. I'll say amen to that. Iwan Haikechuku says, good evening, everyone. The Nigerian police should do same thing to extend their probe to the southeast, because southeast has recorded the highest number of police checking points, which you can't see anywhere in the world, collecting money from our people. The Nigerian police has seen Igboland as their source of income, where they make millions. There was a time it said that like every poll or every 2 poll you pass in the southeast, you see a police checkpoint. And motorists keep complaining about extorting money from them.
I mean, what they do is they ask the young men, come down and then empty your pocket.
So it's looking like a war zone.
It's not a war zone. It's just
no, but that's what it looks like. It looks like it's a war zone. But we have a part of the northern part of the country where there's so much insecurity. I don't think the military or the police security agencies are as much there as they are in the south.
At the checkpoint they are scared of standing at the checkpoint in the north. So that bandits do not kidnap them.
Some sort of cash region. Anyway,
the south is the cash cow.
Watson from Abuja says, good evening and everyone, and this is how they did to my brother when he came back from America. We were driving towards Ajawai State. My brother, who is a U.S. military man, wasn't taking it funny at all. They had to let him go. All right. This says, okay, I see you. Apostle Parry from Egon says, good evening, everyone. Promise and the guests in the studio and Precious. What transpired at the EFCC office in Yahaya Bello's case shows the level of mediocrity and the people appointed into this government. It's making this present government look like they are unserious. If the present governor of Kogi State, Odudu, has immunity, does Yahaya Bello also have immunity? EFCC should bury their... Okay.
So I'll go to YouTube
it's quite
now.
Shameful.
Yeah, I'll go to YouTube now where Moses says this is not a curse. It's not a curse, rather, but as long as the human existence and the world lasts, Nigeria will... Oh dear. Emeka Nweke says, it marvels me so much that most people are not aware that Nigeria is still under colonial and neo-colonial control. How so? And Chilled Power says, so much injustice in Nigeria. Kenny Ezike says, have a great weekend, my favorite people. Go ahead, Promise.
All right, Amici from Afoluku says, good evening, everyone. The promises this government has been making from time to time, which the implementation are not visible, are the things they will use to campaign in 2027 election. You were surprised that during the electioneering campaign of 2027, APC will show videos and pictures that they did those programs for the masses. Another surprise is that their supporters will buy into it, and that's why we are where we are in Nigeria and Africa today. And you say, may God save our land. Amen.
And Imasi says, we complain every day in the country, even on VOP, but this is the conclusion of what now? Okay. And then you said, and this is the conclusion of the whole matter. So long as we continue calling on the to warm up out of pages of Abdusalam 1999 Constitution, we will continue complaining. What he's perhaps saying is change of constitution. Perhaps that's what he means. That would perfect the situation. All
right. One, you said, thank you for all your good work, and our contribution. And that's is that this government is an you said the audio government, like. You thought they were happy because of 7,000. Okay.
And then Romo Sele from Abulegba says, Oshimole once said, the moment you join APC, all your sin will be forgiven.
All right, Kenny Young says, a special guest in the house and everyone you're greeting us. Presently, I'm fed up with the government and we have not seen any improvement at all. Do you know managing diabetes for me is now expensive? Insulin injection that I do buy 6,500 naira is now 18,000 naira. And no money to buy drug. Oh, all right. That's
goodness.
Yes, price of pharmaceuticals really skyrocketed.
Chiagui from Mushin says, God bless you, Madam Quality. What you are saying is true, because me and my friends just recovered from ulcer because we go to bed empty hunger. Our salary is not enough anymore. So ulcer is caused by malnutrition. I'm not a medical doctor, so I'm not an expert.
So probably people are not able to afford buying
meals.
Yes, not even healthy meals, or treating themselves or buying medications for themselves. So over time they will have issues and they just keep managing it, and before you know it, or they could keep taking the wrong medicines, because one of the things that causes ulcer is taking like paracetamol. You overuse paracetamol is going to wear out your stomach lining. So maybe people will keep managing and something.
It's more of people not being able to take care of themselves. And that is what hunger comes.
But you know that we cannot speak like we're experts in this.
No, we're not.
Especially talking about the cause of ulcers. So perhaps
we're not even focusing on.
I may have to invite an expert to speak on that. Okay.
We're saying that there's a lot out there. People are sick. People are depressed.
People are self-medicating.
People now take agbo. Nobody goes to the hospital. Let us say it the way it is. People have decided to. People have resorted to self-care. Nobody is going to hospital.
How about the fact that a whole lot of foods out there, including water, are not to be trusted? Like everything is adulterated, everything is fake, including water. So those are the things we ingest in our system that causes all of this. It's virus related. That one is standard.
So are we saying that perhaps NAFDAC and other regulatory agencies are not doing enough job? Because this same fear you raised now, there is also the fear of increase in fake medications out there. So and then again, remember that because there's inflation, people will always go for the cheaper options.
Absolutely.
And the efficacy and the standardization, as it were, of those cheaper options may not be trusted.
Chemicals in their system, chemicals
2 or 3
that
weeks
they
back.
don't know where they're coming from. That's how much. And I said it has been narrowed down to water that you drink. Normally you buy water on the traffic, even in the shops. People go, the normal premium bottles, right? That's why when I finish drinking water, table water, I tend to squeeze the bottle and before I throw it out. Because if people get to find the bottle wholly like that,
use knife.
All right?
Don't squeeze it. Use knife.
No, I don't have knife everywhere. It's better to squeeze it. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's how they pick them, as if they want to go and recycle them, but they go to sell it to those who would just go to the tap. They don't even have the conscience to even say, let them boil the water before they will repackage it. They will just go to the tap, fill it up, and then repackage it and then bring it out. And people have already trusted the premium names, so it's very easy to sell.
So how do they get the labels for those?
I say everything is there now. You drink like say Eva, right? It's there. Everything is neat. They will just wash the bottle. Sometimes they don't even wash it.
Repackage.
Just put the water.
Cork.
Exactly. Buy the machine. Cork. They have the machine that can seal back the cork and then put like 12, put the nylon, and then it's back into the market.
3 weeks back, if I'm correct, there was this news about an uncompleted building where some people were manufacturing fake drugs.
Plenty now.
And these drugs will be pushed into the market.
That's
So when you go to buy paracetamol, sometimes what you're buying is chalk.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. All right, I'm going back to...
before you go, let's just quickly take a quick break, please. And when we come back, apologies, we'll be right back to take more of your thoughts and reactions.
If you love amazing Nigerian movies, action, laugh out loud comedy skits, or gripping shows and series, serve yourself all the drama, passion, betrayal, action, and laughs on YouTube with the YouTube Buffet plan from MTN. Enjoy over 10 hours of YouTube streaming for just 500 Naira and over 4 hours for 200 Naira. Dial *312*800# to activate now. YouTube, made for you.
Saba! Delta State, Nigeria comes alive as the city will host the best of African artists at the International Choral and Traditional Music Fiesta under the leadership of the festival's spiritual father and chief host, Archbishop Dr. Daniel Oko, General Superintendent of Christ Holy Church International and President of Christian Association of Nigeria. Asaba hosts the 8th edition of the Africa Sings Festival, an international choral and traditional music festival with great excitement and time of praise. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Right Honorable Elder Sheriff Oborewori, Governor Delta State. Come and celebrate Africa through workshops, seminars, concerts, and competition. Scheduled to hold from 8th through 13th October 2024. For more information, WhatsApp 0705 340 7629.
The Jandol Annual Debate Championship is back, and it's bigger than ever. Get ready to showcase your eloquence and compete with the best debaters in the Lagos State Public Senior Secondary Schools for a chance to win 500,000 Naira for yourself, 100,000 Naira cash for your teacher, and other amazing prizes for your school. Let your school administrator register you for the 2024 edition of the Jandol Annual Debate Championship for free today. To register your school and your top 3 students, visit www.jandoldebatechampionship.com. Send a 2-minute video of each of your students proposing or opposing the motion. Remote work is more productive than on-site work in a megacity like Lagos. Registration opens on Monday, 9th September 2024 and closes on Wednesday, 9th October 2024. For more details, see posters and flyers available at Jandol Superstores located around Alimosho, Ifako Ijaye, Agege, Ikeja, and Ikorodu local government areas. The Jandol Annual Debate Championship is proudly sponsored by Jandol Superstores. Shop with a smile.
All right, Lagos, Nigeria, you're welcome back. It's still 90.3 Voice of the People FM. Getting back to some of your messages and concluding with your calls whilst we still have our guest in the house. Promise you want to run quickly with us.
Yes, Tosin Williams from Ogun State is greeting everyone, and he said it's a shame that the National Assembly would be delving into the risky matter when we have serious issues of hunger and extreme poverty ravaging the nation. And on the news of reduction in the landing cost of imported fuel, it is all a ruse. I believe the people at the helms of affairs of our oil sector are okay.
You won't kill us for message. So there is a message someone cropped from Google and sent to me, and the message reads that eating at the wrong time or skipping meals will cause the stomach to increase gastric secretion, causing stomach damage and causing ulcers. So that means there's a connection between hunger and or starvation and ulcer going by this. All right. And then this message says, good evening, precious, and everyone in the studio. Without mincing words, this administration and especially the president are not being sincere with Nigerians, and it's so sad. We shouldn't blame customs for not enforcing what we heard about waivers of good goods import is that government agencies don't work with hearsays. Shebi, they go work with physical things. You said a lot. I appreciate you. Thank you.
And Emeka from Ebonyi State says this our state petroleum minister Henneken Lukubri must be drinking Henneken beer. And then this is I greet you all in the house, and he said, please, I need to. Okay. All right, have money.
Okay,
we'll see you.
And then this says, good evening, VOP. You see, this police issue, just forget them all. If people start talking of their experiences, I traveled to Benin, and getting there at night, police arrested, took my laptop, and told me that there was a report of 25 stolen laptops, and that could be one of them. For person where they come from Lagos, so now they report to stolen laptop. Say God will help us in this country. Aki from Isolo sent in that message.
And then Michael says Nigerians are keeping quiet over matters because of tribalism, nepotism, political affiliation, and ethnicity. Nigerians cannot get over this sickness of tribalism and nepotism.
And then Ken from Ikorodu says, good evening, precious. Everyone, hunger is biting very hard. Do you know that a Korokwe bus driver brought food in takeaway park, or bought food you meant in takeaway park, between the take off point to final bus stop? The food went missing. Somebody took the food from the bus. Ken from Ikorodu sent in that message.
And the Eternal says one of the major problems in Nigeria is the electorate. The majority of Nigerian electorates don't like supporting intellectuals. Instead, they favor richer and more powerful candidates. He said, for instance, you're giving instance of the Edo State election and how they didn't vote for Lumida Akpata. Instead, they voted for the APC and the PDP.
All right. So Ola from Chicago says, good evening. Everyone in the house greeted. He said his prayer remains the same, and so shall it be in Jesus' name. That prayer, no year and finisher. All right. It's not Prince's birthday today. We say happy birthday to your Prince. Prince, is it your birthday today, sir? Okay. Then this says, Miss Precious, thank you for all you're doing with Barrister Darlington. However, we have to address the problem of the rule of law in Nigeria. I saw Justice Kekere saying how she will fight corruption in the judiciary, but she was the one who masterminded the emergence of Opus Odema in Imo State. How then can she fight corruption? Mr. Phil from US sent in that message.
All right, Mbako Barua says, good evening, everyone, the entire house. First and foremost, we have to deal with constitutional and constitution. Let this so-called immunity be withdrawn. Let every minister, from the governors to the president, be paid the same minimum wage. The governorship forms and the presidential form for election should be 50K, and every member of the House of Rep and the likes be paid whenever they have a sitting. With these things, we will work out. But with them, there is no light. Okay, without them, there is no light at the end of the tunnel for Nigeria.
So just before I take this call, congrats from Ejibu says, I love Voice of the People 90.3 FM, Barrister Darlington, Prince Chilaka, Ekenelbi, Remy London, beautiful ladies, precious and promise. I pray for divine protection. Amen. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. What's your name, sir?
I caught you today.
Hey, who is
My
this?
name is Joval.
Joval, how are you? I was almost going to say it was you, because I know say anybody with the form like that, you get hand inside.
I have to make sure that today you will not. Hi, precious. Good evening.
Hi,
hello.
Joval, you're welcome.
Good evening.
You're welcome. Joval, you're my last caller, so just go ahead with it.
Joval, over with.
I greet you, sir. And let me greet Mr. Kene. Mr. Kene, it's been a while. Good evening, sir.
Oh, yeah, good evening.
In fact, I was not going to call today.
Okay.
But as soon as I heard that Mr. Kene was in the city, rather, you see, poverty don't they make us see bad English.
I don't remember my English again, except my dear brother, because it be like say the team poverty come out and forever. Go ahead.
Precious.
Sir?
But our quality was on point. Very, very much on point. You know that Fridays I used to call for us to do market survey on Saturday.
No worry.
Tell what is. I will do market survey now. But
hurry up, we don't have time.
Because of the bag of price. Don't worry, I will soon hurry up. Don't worry. See, precious.
Sir?
Whether we like it or not, it don't red. And after red, na fire will come out too.
God no go green.
So
God is a merciful God.
See that story about a man who bought food. Korogwe driver, they carried the food. Precious,
Sir?
go and ask those who are living in face me and I face you now. when they put their food on fire, they mount guard over the food. You can be cooking your jollof rice, and before you go into your room and come outside, almost the pot of rice, they would have emptied it for you. That is how much the hunger is going on in this country now. Now I'm talking about customs. I don't know whether if when the president is giving instructions that they should do whatever they are doing, it looks like that instruction is not real, because if not, they're not obeying it. Precious, like I said, I called because Mr. Kene is busy in the studio, because I've heard from him for a long time. So,
thank you, man.
Mr. Kene,
yo,
I greet you.
Thank you.
Thank
you so much.
You know you're always there for us. I greet you all.
Thank you.
Promise, good night and Precious.
Oh yeah, night. You sound like a politician. I'm suspecting you.
Like I dey pursue you because my time don't finish. All right, so Mr. Kene, Mr. Obi rather, and Mr. Chilaka, please in 10 seconds you can your punishes because our time is up.
Well, something I say, Nigerians should be very much aware politically. They should be aware of
and that is why we're doing what we're doing, right?
Exactly. They should know that politics is not going to be left in the hands of politicians. They should be aware of their political environment and know what to do, because this thing is a contract between the people at the helm of affairs and those who are at the bottom of the pyramid. They should be able to know who they've given the power to rule them over and what they are doing.
Thank you.
And ask questions.
Thank you so much, Prince Francis, sir.
Mr. President should stop patronizing Nigerians.
He buys something from our hand.
He should stop patronizing Nigerians. He should understand that hunger is real, poverty is real, and that most of it, if not all of it, has been caused by the kind of policies he has put in place. It's not about shuffling ministers. It's about doing the right thing, implementing the right policies. You don't say subsidy is gone without having something for the people to fall back on.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you, gentlemen, for always being by my side every Friday. I appreciate you guys. My name is Precious Inye. I'm your host, and she's
and I'm Promise Inye.
And can they follow you people like your village people fast if they
can? On all the socials, Instagram Ekene Foster, Twitter Foster Ekene, and then Facebook is Ekene Obi.
Okay. And Prince
Francis?
Prince Francis Chilaka across Precious Inye CV on YouTube. That's the only place where I have strength. I don't have strength for the other social medium. Old age is catching up on me. So just YouTube. I'm at Precious Inye TV, and yes, I can interact with you. I can gist with you. I can respond to you on YouTube alone at Precious Inye TV. I'll see you again on Monday, Lagos.
Good night.
Good night.